Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports.
Cavante Turpin now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he's able to get up here to the 26.
4 yards the pickup, first down. The Eagles at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first and 10, it's Swift.
And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They held them to just 13 points in the game. And truthfully, you can't expect them to play much better than that. That's excellent defense.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Back to the running game with Swift.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott.
He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. This one caught by Osborne, right side. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He returns the punt 61 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins sliding it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. So his first sack of the game, but CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year. Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. But any kind of pass rush you get almost seems like a bonus. I think they'll use him that way a lot more moving forward. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call. And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins going up top. And that is incomplete. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw is Cousins. this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Hey, 73, 73.
On the option to give to Swift here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
63, 63, back. Hey, Silver, Silver, Silver. Go Silver, ready?
Hurts. This is Smith to the ground. That one good for 26 and a first down. Hurts going to keep it running right. A pitch out to Swift here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of this season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold their blocks just a little bit longer.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. 4th down, Cousins. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to have the extra point. Well, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
32-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Listen. Black. Listen to me.
They're going to try and throw. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Darius Slay with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st down, Hurts. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
second down. Here's Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. They got 29 yards that time.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And down here, first and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Steps away to his... And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Jalen Hurts with another touchdown rushing. 13 touchdowns, led all quarterbacks last year on the ground. No one else had more than 8. And, of course, we all remember the 3-touchdown game in the Super Bowl. So called running plays or scrambles, Jalen Hurts is dangerous.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
First. Rose. Gun. 300.
Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Brian Branch with it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Second down, Cousins.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Gun. Black, black. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Final play of the half, Cousins. Incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando.
These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Madison running left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Cousins.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, Clipper. Hey, Steamer.
Now Cousins. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Cousins sees something. He's going to change this around.
Hey, Steamer. Zebra. Wait, son.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Good route here. Black.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Buying time to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Pretty good 1st down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside. Quarterback tucks it and keeps it. Quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Well, I'll tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They got 48. Hey, we're good, we're good. Wait that.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go.
From the gun, here's Swift. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Nice run and some new digs for Swift, the biggest name to be dealt during this year's draft. Had some tough times in 3 years with the Lions, but the good news for him, he's now in Philadelphia and knows exactly how to get the most out of a versatile runner.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together.
And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that, because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
It'll be Hurts on the option. And no pitch there and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Eagles continue to pour it on here in the fourth. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here's Madison getting it again on second. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try to save the timeouts to use on defense if need be as he runs up and spikes it. And here's Ryan Wright now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. Pulled in at the 24. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the option to give to Swift here. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They run the option here on 1st and 10. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there on the option. And even 50 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
73.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They go play action. Cousins, flush to his right.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is fielded at the 27.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Hurts going to run it himself.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
For the winning team here, Charles, and that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Shame, gotta go, we don't move it, scary.